Hello, and we are back, more medium. I was in two minds whether to carry in two minds. There's no pun there. In two minds whether to even carry on because it's getting pretty tense. But I'm hoping it chills out again now and let's waste some puzzles. So we've got to the day room. We followed Sadness's instructions, who brought us here. But when we got here, she realised she actually didn't want to go in the day room. She didn't want to see Richard. I think it was Richard. She didn't want to see Richard. She said, don't make me see him. I don't want to know him. So obviously we do, because that's just what we do. Oh no. We're kicking off by cutting the skin. Great. This sounds grosser than it looks. Was she saying something? There we go. And we're in. Let's find out what's happening in the day room.
Richard? Are you there?
What are you hoping for? Like, by calling out his name, what are you actually hoping for here, Marianne? What's this? Horses. Oh, I hear something. Poof, we've got an echo.
Gather round, children. I want you to meet Lillian. She's going to be joining our painting class.
Why can't I play with my friends, Uncle Richard?
Your friends? Oh, Lillian, I promised your father you would spend some time with the other children.
Friends? Huh?
Okay, so Lillian was forced to spend time with other kids. Can I not pocket this? No. So what's this? We're having a read. Another trophy pop. Let's get through this one. I spent a few years trying to steer him in the right direction, trying to make him see the depth of his potential. He kept refusing, claiming he was no painter, and that he saw our little get-togethers as therapy rather than artistic expression. Eventually I wore him down. He agreed to enter the university, but on the condition that it would be his chosen field, and so he started on his way to becoming an architect. At first, I was rather sceptical, thinking he was throwing away greatness for mere competence, but deep inside, I guess I was glad he was the only one to bring his visions to life. And then he met her. Our painting sessions became few and far between. He no longer needed my help dealing with his inner demons. Everybody's got a little bit of a sordid inner demon secret going on. I'm noticing a theme. Yeah, I'll get to that in a minute. What's this?
A sheet of music. Well, at least part of it.
Okay, so looking at the icon, it's one of three, so we're going to be doing some clever combining. We haven't really combined anything. And that wall, not the one in the real world, the one in the other world, looks horrible. Looks like intestines. Let's keep moving. I don't know, I don't like this room. I get Richard's going to be another boss, maybe. Another type of problem for me to run from. Like a fucking man. No. Let's just keep looking. I know he wants me to piece together that. What the hell?
Oh, this place is packed with memories.
Okay.
Bad ones. Guilt. Humiliation. Rage.
Okay, so we're looking at two different things. Let's look at the real one first. Okay, nothing. Spirit world?
That glow. There's a sense of loneliness coming from it. It feels incomplete.
Incomplete. Let's look behind, see if we can find any clues. What's this? Oh, another one. It became a habit of ours. We'd sit down, sketchbook at the ready, and then he'd close his eyes and start talking, describing all the things he saw in his mind's eye, the horror and splendour of worlds beyond our own. What started out as innocent exercise in imagination ultimately became a bottomless well of inspiration. My hand wouldn't dare rest, sketching furiously as he described the indescribable. For a while, I wondered why he was so eager to share his visions with me. To him, They seemed to be a burden, a source of great pain and distress. But finally I understood. He sought to share them with someone who saw them as a source of beauty rather than madness. Now, is this talking about Richard, or are those letters from the perspective of Richard? I don't think there's nothing I can do with the globe in either world until I go back. So let's go back. So can I do something in the... Oh wow, okay, oh, we're doing this again. There we go.
Don't you think he would be better off in a nursing home? What about his family?
Richard doesn't have any family.
Oh, the poor man. It's like he's somewhere else. We were close once, you know. I mean, not that close, but... All right. I'll take care of him.
Hollow like a puppet. Isn't that what Sadness said?
Okay, so I'm kind of dubious about any nurses that I hear about in this. I'm assuming she's the one who went crazy and Richard was her first victim.
Don't you think he would be better off in a nursing? What
I'm
about
not,
Richard?
Oh, we were all right.
Okay, so we need to find a charge. We need a charge so we can get these moths out of the way, because they're not going to let us through in the spirit world. Let's keep looking around. We found another door.
Locked.
Of course it's locked. You know, wouldn't be easy, would it? It wouldn't be easy. Okay, so everything we need to progress is in this room, I would assume. We're going to turn this thing... Wait, is that more? Oh, 1 second. What's this? Ah, sheet music, part 2. That's 2. So we just need one more. One more and we're free and clear. What's this? Oh, another letter. Let's have a look. I remember the first time I met him, working at a simple factory job, still more of a boy than a man, wide-eyed, constantly looking over his shoulder, like a scared animal. His parents had died in the Warsaw Uprising. Of what he'd gone through in the years that followed, he did not want to speak, and I never pressed him, but as soon as it became clear he had no one else in this world, I could immediately tell that despite his young age, he had seen things that no one his age should. I could immediately tell he was special. So again, are these notes written from the perspective of Richard talking about a patient, or is this someone talking about Richard? I don't know why I'm under the impression that Richard's got anything to do with this journaling or chronicling, because he's in the chair, hollow like a puppet is what Sadness said. One more sheet metal, and it's not easy to spot when you're casting your eyes between two worlds. Let's go to the globe room, see if we didn't miss anything. I can't do a charge, so I can only assume that this is going to give me the charge when the time comes. I didn't find any sheet music in here.
That globe. There's a sense of loneliness coming from it.
I don't know where to go.
Incomplete.
I've no doubt it is incomplete, but I don't know what I'm looking for. I can't do the spirit shield, so I can't get through these guys. This is locked, so I can't get through it in the real world. Oh, wait a second. I just realised. We can do a full deep dive. Always fun. Come on, Marianne, move a little bit quicker. There's definitely something here. I can't touch it, so that's the sheet music. I think that's the sheet music. I can detect it in the spirit world, but in the material I can't. Can I like just unlock the door for myself? Is that a thing? Nope. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's definitely part of the globe. Is that all I'm here for? Guess it is. Right, let's head back. We've got that now. Excuse me. Frog in my throat. Seems to be the theme whenever I'm streaming. This one. There. This, please. Oh boy, we're making a face. Oh no. Oh, no. So are we moving one to one? So mouth, nose. Oh jeez. That doesn't move. I can't move the one at the back now, so go the mouth. Okay, almost. Almost. Eyes. Nose. I'm so close. Got it. Ew. Okay.
Another junction.
You hate to see it.
Maybe it can show me a way out of here.
Oh no. I'm assuming the balcony, maybe? This way? Now we can both walk out. All of me. Wait, what was the white thing? What's that? There's something there. Oh, we're spinning back. I can't just leave that. It's there. Oh, collectible. Taken away. Oof. The themes in this are getting a little dark. Right, let's go outside. I have no idea what that noise was. There was a real noise in my actual house, and I don't know what it was. You know better than to think I'm okay. Oh, a spirit well. Perfect. We can draw from this.
The spark's too weak to absorb.
Great.
It's like it's missing something.
The music, maybe? What's this? What? Oh. Hold on. No, no. Come back, come back. There we go.
I love this melody. It reminds me of my childhood. At least the good parts of it.
But the bad parts, they're always there, aren't they?
You're a very smart girl, Lily. You know that, don't you? You're special.
Her voice, is that sadness?
It definitely is. There's been a few situations where we've heard the girl's voice and we've almost touched on the idea that it is sadness. Let's open this. I don't want to deal with the MAW, so I'm kind of conscious about moving from room to room. Come on. He's not going to know we're here, surely. Okay. Oh, something on the table.
Aha.
Aha, a key. Great. Oh, it's okay. So we can get over to that locked door. Come on, come on, come on. It's over here. Now I can get all of me in there now. Just 1 second. Get the key. Again, simple puzzle. 1 sec. I'm just responding to a message. Don't know why I have to, but I will. There we go. Did it again. let's go through. Hey. Open it first, that would help. Alright, so the last music sheet's in here, but... A fountain pen? Oh. RC.
Come on, Richard. You were always there when I needed you. Let me return the favor.
I don't know, Thomas. What about my work? The university?
Richard, I know they kicked you out. I'm guessing you finally managed to piss off the right people. Stay with us, old friend. Do it for me. For them.
So he brought him here. Wonder who he meant by them.
Oh, I was talking with my mic still on the mute flip. Okay, what's this? I'm trying to focus in the material world. There we go. All the mechanics. Please stop playing music. All the mechanics that it taught us early on, it seems to be making them use them now, which is good really, because I kind of found them to be a little underutilized. Like I said, we haven't even combined things. What's this? We've got another letter. Let's have a read. Once he got engaged, we grew apart for a while. Now that I think of it, I guess I was jealous. No longer had him for myself. In time, I warmed up to her as well. She was striking, both in her beauty and intellect. Eventually, I accepted the fact that he found true happiness, true love, strong and pure. Well, as pure as it can be, I guess. In any case, I was no longer needed. When the project came along, the one that would eventually be known as Niwa, I pulled all my strings to get him what he wanted, even though I knew it would drive an even bigger wedge between us. I wanted the best for him. He was the closest to a son that I'd ever had. Heartwarming, mic check, all good. Okay, so who's the son? And I still need to find whatever's doing this. Something here. There it is. There's the memory. There we go.
So that's how you found him?
Yes, he was just lying there.
Mr. Rekovich?
I'm sorry. He was a friend. I just need a moment.
That's not true, Thomas. You thought he deserved it.
Okay, so Thomas... Wait, what gives us the impression that he deserved it? Have we read something that says that Thomas felt that Richard deserved this whole thing? Done the glasses case, done everything else in the room. I think we've got everything. Have a quick scan. Yeah, we're good. Let's move on. Let's play this music. So we can hopefully light that spark. I've come the stupid way. That's me. There's the right way and the wrong way. My way is just the wrong way, but faster. Real world. How do I put the? How do I put the music? Oh, it's there. Well, no, it's gone again. Wait, that was. There we go. What the heck? Music sheet. That should charge the spark. Yes. I sense progress, which gives me a sense of happiness and pretty much dread. All the dread. Now, can I dispel these completely? Can I accidentally walk into them? I need these to go away completely. Oh shit. Oh wow. Wow, that's the first time the moths have ever killed me. Try that again. I did walk in, to be honest. I walked in and took damage because I was pressing the wrong button. I don't know if you noticed, but I lit up, but didn't actually put my shield on until I was already about 4 or 5 steps in. Maybe less. Oh, where did you save? Tell me you saved when I got my spark. No, you saved when I got the last echo. Alright, let's do this again.
So...
Yes.
I'm gonna skip that. Grab this. Just for the collection. Because that's what we do. We hoard. That's what we do in horror games, whether it's bullets or whatever. What's this? Wait. I forget. Was there something there? Did I just pick something up? I don't know. That's how bad my memory is. I forget when I've just picked up stuff. Don't go out there. Looking at the wrong one. No, I can't go that way because of the tendrils, the intestines or whatever. Oh, I saw that dot, but it's in the next room. The prompts for buttons have a habit of bleeding through, which is a bit annoying. No. Yes. Okay. Let's try and be a little more careful with the moths. Try and use our shield a little smarter. We're going to go in and we'll try going right. No. Right's a no. Let's grab our shield again. Definitely left. I went the right way. I just need to make it to those stairs. But these moths, whether it's just part of the game, but these moths seem a lot stronger. Like, these killed me quick, whereas I feel like I've walked through corridors and corridors of them before. Or at least one long hallway for the best part of a minute. Okay, we got through, no problem. Alright, where are we? We are downstairs. Obviously. What's that? Dude, there's something huge outside. What is it? I can't look. I'm uncomfortable knowing it's there. What's this? Picture. This way and then boom.
Uncle Richard, my arms are getting tired. You've been drawing me for hours.
Almost done. You know, Lily, you remind me of someone. A girl I knew when I was very young.
Did you love her?
Yes. With a young, innocent love, free of the ferocity of adult lives.
Richard? I'm getting a weird vibe from him. There's grief, sorrow, and something else.
I think for the sake of putting my mind at ease, I want to know what the something else is. Because it's teetering on something that I don't like. It really is. Got another one here. Let's try and find the source of this one. Okay, it's this. Another one.
Aren't you a bit old to be playing with dolls? Here, I bought it especially for you.
Oh, a ribbon? It's beautiful. Thank you, Uncle Richard.
Here, let me... on the other hand, why don't you do it yourself?
What was that? It's like something stirred inside him.
Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Okay, I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't like this. The ribbon.
No! I didn't mean to. Oh, God! What have I done?
It feels cold. What have you done?
Oh, this is making me deeply uncomfortable. Shit. Okay, let's go have a look at the wheel. Those hands out there are real creepy, you know. Okay.
I had never felt anything so desperate. It was calling out to me. It wanted to show me something.
Alright. Just got a trophy. Don't know if this is any sort of spoiler, but it wouldn't have popped for me, but it's called the Child Eater. Dude looks a bit like Littlefinger from Game of Thrones. Dated reference, but that's what he looks like.
Thought I could protect her. Idiot! What would you think of me? I failed you. I failed us. It's all falling apart. What? Yes, I know. No, I need to be sure. There's gotta be something around here. Wait. You want what? Fuck! Look who finally decided to let me out of my cage. And only when you need my help. Surprise. Surprise. Okay, you know what? I'm not in the mood. Just tell me what you see. Come on. Come on. Yes. I can feel it. Okay. It's around here. Somewhere. Oh, well, that's real fucking specific. Hey, I'm trying to help here. You know, sometimes I wonder. Well, it doesn't make it easier when you keep me in the dark for so long. Oh, Christ. Thanks for that, by the way. Hell of a way to treat your soulmate. No. God damn it! There's nothing here! There is. Really? I'm never wrong about these things. You know that. Well, screw this. I should have known better than to listen to you. Wait. What? There. There. Where? What? Huh? Oh. Yes. This is it. Okay. What? You building tension? Grab the fucking thing! Would you shut up? Huh? Okay. It's her. It's her. No. No. Page. After page. It's like he's obsessed. What is he? What have I done? We couldn't have known. I let him into my home. You know, he was like a father to me. How could he do this to her? Fucking bastard! How could he? I told you we couldn't trust anyone but ourselves. Keep it together. Think. What do we do now? We wait. And when he comes back, I'll just... Whoa, easy, Tiger. Remember what's at stake here. Just let me do what I do. You better do it fast. Because if you don't, I will kill him.
Okay, that was weird. I'm taking it that's Thomas. And his other half in their spiritual world talks separately. Oh, there's more.
Thomas. I wasn't expecting you. Is everything all right, my friend?
Did you do it, friend?
Did I? What?
My daughter. My 13-year-old daughter. I entrusted her to you.
Thomas.
Did you do it?
I don't.
I found the sketchbook. Forced myself to look through it. Cover to cover. Every single fucking page! Tell me you didn't hurt her, Richard.
Thomas, please.
Tell me I'm wrong, Richard. Tell me, and I'll let you go.
It wasn't me. Thomas, you have to understand. There's a sting inside of me.
Shut up.
You have to believe me. I wanted to die.
I'll make it quick.
Thomas, I'm so sorry.
She's my daughter!
I never wanted any of this. I should never have come here.
But you did. Knowing she was here. Knowing what she means to me.
Thomas, I swear, I'll go away. You'll never... Wait, but you... No, let me out. Let me out.
Let me in!
What the hell? I mean, that's gross. I'll wait until I know the cut scene's clear. There's Thomas. Or at least Thomas's other half.
This cancer has spread far enough. Time to cut it out.
He said, "Let me in." Oh, okay, we're playing as Thomas now. So,
All right, Richard. This is your world. Show me what you're hiding.
okay, so Thomas seems like a little bit of a badass and also a medium. For those that don't know, I've actually seen a few Let's Plays, like early beginnings, just to see other people's reactions to the game. A medium is somebody that can speak to the dead, speak to spirits, can converse with the other side in some way, shape or form, also known as clairvoyance. So Thomas seems like he's a very powerful medium. What's also weird is Thomas's other half, if you will, his spirit half, the one that you can see on the screen now, seems to speak freely and act freely, independently of Thomas. I mean, semi-independently. They moved in some sort of weird sync, but this one seemed to have his own input in the situation. He discussed it with him, whereas Marianne's never done that. She's always just worked in perfect sync. So let's find out what's happening. I'm assuming we're now inside Richard's head. That's what Thomas meant when he said, "Let me in."
Is this where it started, Richard? The place that broke you, made you what you are?
Let's try and pick the pace up. Ooh. Oh boy, that was the wrong button altogether. So we can counter this. Oh, we can. Oh, it kills them. Should we kill them all? Should we try again? Let's try again. Oh, get back. Thomas is pretty powerful in a weird sort of get back. Can't touch me. Because he doesn't have to charge up or anything to bring his spirit shield up. I keep trying to move the camera. I can see a hand. A big one.
Made itself at home.
Let's get in here. Find out what's going on. So I'm thinking that that Richard did the unthinkable to Tom's daughter Lily. He entrusted his daughter to this man. She called him uncle. He said he was like a father, and Richard betrayed it.
Hatred. Grief. This place reeks of them. Something terrible happened here. It changed Richard forever.
No!
What the hell?
Leave her alone!
This is it. Richard's big, ugly secret. The sum of all his demons.
Oh my. Okay, so yeah, Richard did the unthinkable. What's the knife? Father's knife.
Richard, your father forgot his knife. You'd better go and bring it to him.
All right, I'll play along. For now.
Okay, strange. Oh, the door opened. Let's go take a look over here. Oh man,
You forgot your knife.
Thank you, Richard.
I can't run.
You know what? Why don't you keep it?
But it's your lucky knife.
And now it's yours. You'll need it. I'm leaving tomorrow.
What? No!
Oh my.
Where are you going?
The army is heading out west, and I'll be going with them.
But... no! I don't want you to go!
I don't want to go either, son. But sometimes, what we want
isn't what's important. Do you understand?
When will you come back?
Take care of your mother, Richard. You're the man of the house now.
So we're going to delve into Richard's childhood and find out what motivated this abhorrent behaviour. Why he did what he did to our daughter Lily. Okay. Remember, Richard, I'm not trapped in here with you. Oh, we got a few things. What's this?
By the sweat of your brow.
By the sweat of your brow. Do anything else? I thought there'd be more here, actually. By the sweat of your brow. Oh, here we go.
You shall rise, and you shall fall.
Oh, I hope I don't have to remember this.
Till you return to the earth from which you came.
Can I do anything else? No. It seems not. So what am I looking for? He's got kind of a very sad run.
Those tentacles are guarding something. We need to get rid of them.
Can we not? Well, we're not going to cut him with the knife, so I'm assuming we're looking for a way to charge a blast. Can't do anything with the fire then. I think I saw everything on the desk. Nothing here. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, there is.
For dust you are, and to dust you will return.
The fire went out. Oh, it's a letter opener. As government representative of the Polish Republic, I wish to offer my deepest sympathy and regret in regards to the passing of Lieutenant... Is that Thaddeus? Thaddeus Tarkovsky. He whose loss you mourn died in the noblest of causes. His country will never or forever be grateful for the sacrifice he made protecting our freedom and independence.
Grief. Anger. I can work with that.
Whoa. Oh, we're fiery. We're a fiery demon. This is definitely what we're doing. Boom. Show me your painting collection, Richard. Oh, shit, we're somewhere new.
Okay, then.
Our character seems... or Thomas seems just as confused as me.
Hey, Richard.
Yes.
Bet you can't catch me.
Have you seen me run? It's terrible. Of course I can't catch you.
What? Hey, wait up.
Let's check down here first. Actually, no, I'm going to check the bench. No, we'll check down here. Before we push on. Oh, it's a maze. Here we go.
Come on, Richard. My arms are getting tired. Almost done.
Okay, so he drew people from a young age. It seems Richard always had a thing for art. He drawed Lily. Or sadness. He drawed them. Because they said the same thing to him. That their arms were getting tired. I remember Lily saying it to him. Maybe that triggered something in his brain.
Come on, Slowpoke.
We'll take left. something here.
Here,
Bread?
I'll try to bring more tomorrow. Thank you, Richard. I can't tell you how much this means to me.
Okay, so he brought some bread and some milk. Basics, staple of. Well, I'm just looking. Where did you go? Oh, well, I had a feeling those both circled into the same area. I guess it was just the bread. Is there something else? Okay, come on now. I'd appreciate a slightly more pacey run.
But
what's this?
What is it? It's something very important. Promise me you'll keep it safe.
Okay. So we had a childhood friend, female.
This way, silly.
Okay, so that's the bench again. Let's go this way.
Rose? Rose!
Rose, that's her name. Her name's Rose.
Over here.
There you are. I was afraid you'd get lost in there. Me? I've been waiting here for ages. I was starting to get bored waiting for you. Hey.
I feel like I've been running forever. Come on.
Hey. You see that?
Whoa.
The storm's coming. It's a big one. We should probably go. Same spot tomorrow? I'll be there.
Oof. Oh, when we're back.
Richard. Real cute. So, where do we go from here?
Well, this is open now, so we can go back. So is this Richard or Richards?
Something's not right.
What's not right? So is this Richard trying to plead his case, or is this us forcing the information out of him?
He's someone who can take care of us.
But I can take care of you. I promised Dad I'd protect you.
I know, honey. And he would be so proud of you. But sometimes, a brave heart is just not enough.
Okay, so did Mom meet somebody else after Dad died at war?
Hey, come here. I need you to do something for me. I need you to bring me that thing. You know which one.
Yeah, real specific.
Bring me that thing, you know which one. What thing? What's this? We got cherry cordial.
The hell's taking so long?
Do you want this bottle?
Useless. You calling me a drunk? Get the hell away with that!
Okay, so he doesn't want that. Let's try this. This one. Let's see what he says when we give him this.
Why the hell would I want that? You miss your daddy. Well, he ain't here.
Great, so the stepdad,
Fucking
as
charmer,
usual.
that one.
Yeah. The stepdad, as usual, turns out to be a bit of a fucking douche. I don't mean as usual like all stepdads, but like in story narratives, you usually end up with a bad stepdad. Pipe. Father's pipe. Okay, let's try the
Hurry up.
pipe.
I need it. useless. Just like his mother. Oh, you little shit. I'll teach you some respect.
Wow. He whooped me. Do I need to burn this thing? Swing for me then.
Ah! What the hell did you do to me?
Stay back, or I'll cut you again.
Ungrateful little fuck! Get the hell away from me!
Gladly.
Yeah. We got another power well. I'm going to charge up just to err on the side of caution. That is so cool. He does it way cooler than Marianne.
Get away from me, you bastard! No! 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 Hold on, Mommy!
All burnt. But I realised I didn't check the corridor, so I'm going to have a look. Jesus Christ, that's hard to listen to. That really is. It really is difficult to listen to her like that. It sounds like Richard had a fucked up childhood. Stepdad was a douche. Dad died at war. Mum, I guess she shacked up with the stepdad. Good luck with that, I'm too quick. Countering. It's that Bloodborne level countering, you know what I'm saying? It's that Demon Souls level countering. Not true though. I suck at Demon Souls. Oh, Jesus. God, cold shiver.
It's all you couldn't protect her. Can't
What?
protect anyone. He's
Richard blamed himself. We're back in a painting, baby. It's like Mario 3D. Mario 64, that's the one.
But not at the same time.
Okay, is it further forward or further back in time? I'm going to run a mic check, 2 seconds. All good. Some more giant creepy noises just off to the right. What's this? Another one, another picture.
I should be going. I'm sorry.
It's all right, Rose. We can finish some other time.
Richard, where are you?
Do you really want Richard to find you? Is that what you want?
Hello?
Again, I'm interested to see whether this is Richard volunteering information about his childhood, or whether this is Thomas's thing. He can like pull out secrets, or rather jump in and start milling around in someone's secrets. This is what he does. But even that, even not killing Richard as soon as he walks in the room, that's Thomas kind of giving him a chance, and that's big.
Don't worry. I'll keep you safe. I'll keep you safe.
Keep you safe. Points of a star. Didn't see all of the star, just the points. Oh, here we go. Got bread.
Sorry, that's all I could bring.
That's all right, Richard. It's more than enough.
Okay. So Richard was feeding people, I guess. Oh, I already been this way. There's little footprints, see 'em? And they go this way. Oh, hell yeah. Cornering.
This isn't funny.
What isn't funny?
Richard!
If this is Richard's first victim, because it sounds like he was just bringing this poor girl some food,
There not be moving. Are you sure you're alright? I said I'm fine. Hey, if something happened, you can tell me.
Apologies for that unexpected coughing fit. I couldn't mute myself in time.
Just let me. Get the hell away from me!
Oh. So Richard's problems at home caused him to lash out against his friends.
Okay, Richard. I get the picture. Doesn't change a goddamn thing.
There isn't much he could say. But yeah, Thomas's alter ego, just opting to jump into Richard's head and entertain these stories, that's him giving more of a chance than I thought that anybody would. Anybody should.
Mommy? What's going on?
Shh, listen to me, Richard. Listen to my every word.
I'm listening.
Some men will come to our house tonight.
What?
But why? What do they want?
Shh, it's okay. I told them to come.
What for?
The hell is this? No! Stay away from me! Stay back! Get away from me, you bastards! No! No! Let go of me! No, please don't! Ah!
So did Richard's mom organise for somebody to come and put the new boyfriend in his place? Because he was abusive, there's no two ways about that. He seemed like he was an asshole to Richard, and he was an asshole to his mom. What's this?
Any son of Poland who collaborates with the oppressor.
Collaborator. We got something. What's this?
Who steals from, denounces, or otherwise acts against his compatriots.
First house on the left, right next to the river, with the old cherry tree in the front yard. They're hiding them in the pantry under the floorboards. Let them out to stretch out. Usually later that day, some of them even go out sometimes. Probably looking for food. Best to come at night. Were they harbouring people that were on the run from the war? Okay, I need a charging point. I don't have enough juice for this. Where's the nearest charge? Because I haven't seen one for a hot minute. Where's the nearest charging point? Where are you? I know you're here somewhere. Well, I'm locked in here as well. I can't find a way to charge up. Wait a minute. What's this?
Commits an unforgivable crime against the motherland. Oh, it should be swiftly punished.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
I mean, Thomas he's being ruthless, but I guess he just wants to know where this came from. I think I want to know where this came from, to be honest. Well, what does it matter? She's still gone. We still lost her. Lily still got hurt.
This is getting tedious.
Rose,
yes, it is.
Where are you? I'm sorry.
Back off, twat. Okay, so it's telling me to go that way. I'm going to check over here first. What's this? Sketch? You don't really get echoes in this world, so... Dead end. Could I not even pick that up? No. Okay, let's move on. Let's find out what's going on next. More tentacles that you don't really notice are going to do anything until they actually swing on you. Go that way. There we go. Let's follow the footprints. Try and get through this a little quicker. Oh, we've picked some speed up now.
I need you.
Happy now? Ow, you son of a... I'm killing you all now. Thank you.
I need to know where
I want to go back here just a second. I heard a voice that sounded kind of like the MAW. That talking, that horrible... Ow, he clipped one. That's weird. Try again. Okay, this one's been a bit weird. Got him. Yeah, that voice, that twisted voice. Good shot. Well done. The only reason I'm killing him is because some of them hide a path.
No! Please, wake up!
Oh no.
Wake up!
What happened to Rose? So they could have been harboring people fleeing the war. Oh no. What now? Footprints go this way. There it is again. Kinda sounds like the MAW.
They took her from me!
Just follow these footprints. It was there. It was a distinct... He's got a very distinct sound, the MAW has.
You took her from me!
He's getting angry. Let's check this way. So Richard lost Rose in some weird situation. What's this? Yeah, so I think they were harboring, because there were Jewish stars, 5 or 6 pointed stars, Stars of David. They were in that little box. I think this household was harboring Jewish refugees. Lily being one of them, see? And I think that she formed a bond with Richard. Because those instructions said let them out of the basement to get some air. Which sounds like they were keeping them in there. Oh, I'm too good. I'm too good. Well, well, well. There it is. The hands and the noises.
What is that?
Fearless, let's go. Let's go and find out what this thing is.
Not... Rose? Is that you?
Oh no. I'm ready on the guard button. Not that it's going to probably do anything, it's just going to squish me.
My precious little flower.
What? Precious little flame. Who is he talking?
Lily?
You best keep her fucking name out of your mouth. Make a permanent thing of keeping her fucking name out your mouth. We got some sort of boss fight? Let's do it. There it is. So we saw that monster rear its ugly head in Richard's childhood for the first time. And now here it is. Oh, come and get some, son.
Let's get this over with.
It's going to be hard to tell if he's swinging. He moves quite slow. Are we going to purge this thing? Boom. Those are the same horn ring glasses we found in the day room.
Help! Somebody! Please, help!
Over here, kid.
Please, mister, I need help. The monster, it's after me.
Monster, you say? And what does this monster look like?
Sir, there's no time. Hurry, we have to get out of here.
It's okay, Richard. Why don't you take a moment to catch your breath?
Do I know you, mister? Are you one of my stepfather's friends?
No, kid. I'm not planning on making any friends here. I'm here just for you.
What? No! Don't come any closer! Don't touch me!
I'm sorry, kid. I know you tried to run, to hide.
Get your hands off me!
But as long as you're here, the beast will always find you. Richard.
We sent him to the other side, just like we did with Bernard, Tori, and... what was his name?
It was pretty overwhelming at first. Thomas being like me, but different somehow. I guess I don't have to tell you.
Marianne, can we get out of this chair now? Please? 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 Snap out of it.
Who the hell are you?
Beast. That's what he did. Hunted. Hounded. His whole life hiding, hoping they wouldn't find him. I gave him shelter. I gave him purpose. He could have been so much more. Instead, he chose to rot in this godforsaken place. I got your scent, girl.
I hate this guy.
You're him. Richard.
I'm what's left of him. The bleeding wound. The sap drying on the stump. All because of her. I know you, Joey. You smell just like her.
Like the girl who suffered because of you? The one you preyed upon?
She came to me.
She didn't want that.
Nowhere else to go. Where was her father then? Where were you?
Oh, shut up! Stop acting like you ever cared about her.
She was the light of my life. The warmth of my soul.
Your soul has rotted away. There's barely anything left. Now, it's just your sins. I almost feel sorry for you. You're nothing.
He ripped me apart. He burned me down and left me in the dark. He's a fiend. A monster.
He was a dad. He was out for revenge.
This man, Thomas, what is he?
He's the one who butchers the soul. The one who breaks it. But you... Yes, I Please, do it.
You don't deserve it. You deserve nothing.
Amen.
Nothing. Do you hear
Amen.
me?
You tell him, Marianne.
Then give it to me, please. To not exist. That's all I want.
So be it.
You think she'll ever forgive me? Will you?
No. No,
I'm
no.
not your judge. I'm just the ferryman. Be gone. Richard.
What the hell? I think we did him more of a service than he actually fucking deserved, to be fair. What does he mean, the girl from the red house? The girl from the red house.
This time, it wasn't just a feeling. It was a memory. Had I been here before? Was I a part of the puzzle? This man, Thomas, was he a part of my own past? And then something clicked. That girl. It's me. But it looks like it was taken here, at Niwa. Shit. The red house. Whatever it is, I can feel it out there. Like it's calling out to me. There. In the woods.
Okay, so in the interest of keeping these episodes at least a little concise, we made some good progress there. Found out a little bit more about Richard, a lot more about Richard. The fact that I fucking hate him. But we did him, I suppose, a kindness, and we moved him along. As she said, she's the ferryman, so she gave him the release he wanted. So he doesn't exist anymore, which is, again, more than he deserved. If he was in pain, he deserved to be there. Yeah, but it's been really good. So thank you once again for tuning in to the medium. And I do want to thank everybody who's given my Outer Worlds playthrough a lot of support. I've noticed it's doing actually really well for a small channel like me, and I couldn't, get these numbers or get these, these little hints that I'm doing things right without your support. So if you like what I'm doing, please leave a like on the video. It does mean a lot to me. It really does. I might not be the best. I might not have a LED RGB setup, but I'm just here. I just want to play some games, and I just want to have a chat. Please comment. I'll always chat to my people. Any people that leave a comment, I'll always have a chat back and forth. And thank you so much for the love that everybody gives to the channel and sticking with me. It does mean a lot. As I say, leave a like so I know I'm doing the right thing, and thank you so much. So I will talk to you soon. You take care.